Alexis here with Jam with Latin, and today I'm talking about the Robert Henle Year 1 textbook. It is a high school level textbook, but you have 3 years to move from the grammar stage to the dialectic stage, all the way into the rhetoric stage where you are teaching your friends and family about Latin. This is a great book because of the way it teaches grammar. And if you use this Latin book, you can study Latin in any other textbook and any other language that you want. So the first thing is the table of contents is broken down into units and lessons. He does not call them chapters, he calls them lessons. So each lesson is broken down into sections, which you can see here. But sections, as you see here in lesson 1, are very small, meaning that the numbers are very small. And so you don't always see that they don't really stand out sometimes. So keep an eye out for sections, because when the section changes, the rules or the grammar rule or the grammar lesson for the day will change. So they're very small, but look for them. The next thing to look for is a white box with the rule. You can see here that I've highlighted the rule, and that's so when I go back to my book, the rule will stand out for me. A very important piece of a lesson is the vocabulary. Most lessons have vocabulary, and they're always bunched together. All sections do not have vocabulary, so keep an eye out for the word vocabulary and make sure that you're making your flashcards like I recommend at jamwithlatin.com. Next, let's jump to Unit 7, Section 1. And I wanted to show you that all lessons are set up the same way, with the explanation in the section, the vocabulary, and then, of course, your rule in the yellow box. Every lesson has exercises, and most sections have exercises, but you can see here in Lesson 7, there is no exercise between section 1 and 2. So all the exercises are in section 2. And what usually happens is that the first 1 or 2 exercises will review the grammar for that day. And then the rest of the exercises will actually be review of past grammar rules learned or past vocabulary learned or whatever he wants to go over that day. And so that will be in the 4th or 5th exercise of the day. Now, an important bit of information is the master review vocabulary list. Each unit does not have a master list, but it's grouped into, on page 91, you have the Unit 1 and 2 master list, and that has all the vocabulary, all the verbs, all the nouns, adjectives, and adverbs that Henle went over in those units. Then you jump ahead to page 216 to 17, and you will find the master list for Unit 3, 4, and 5. Again, all the vocabulary that you've been learning. It's all in one place, it's in alphabetical order, and it's grouped into declensions and conjugations. Then the final unit master list is at the very back of the book, and again, it has the same layout as the other two. It's important to know them where they are because it will help you review your vocabulary, unless you're just using your flashcards, which is perfectly okay with me. Finally, you have your Latin to English verse dictionary. All the Henle words are in this dictionary. And then the English to Latin part of the dictionary, which comes in handy if you want a word and you don't know what the translation is. Of course, if you cannot find a word in Henle, you can always Google it and type in, what is the Latin declension of this blank noun? Or what is the Latin conjugation of blank verb? Anyway, that's all you need to know about the Henle book. Take your time, ask questions, and come back to me anytime you have questions at jamwithlatin@gmail.com. I'm here to help.